So what is up, everybody? Who's all here? So far, I see learning with Juan. What is up, Juan? So far, I see learning with Juan. What is up, Juan? No, I've not found that screw. Just give me 1 minute here. I'm adjusting my camera. So what you been up to, Juan? So far, I have nothing to talk about. So unless you guys give me something to talk about, I have nothing to talk about. In fact, I really need to shave and cut my hair. It's driving me crazy. My face itches badly. I don't know if you saw my short one, but I did a short video on a car. I had a bad high pressure fuel pump on an Equinox, the 2.4 Ecotech. That engine must be very, very sludged up because it plugged the oil filter up. I am not Cherokee. So if you get a chance, check out the short video. It's amazing how much crud was in that oil filter, and that oil was changed 2,000 miles ago, and just in the last, I don't know how long. I'd say he probably had about a quart or so of fuel in his oil because the oil was way up the dipstick, so the fuel diluted the oil and raised the oil level up. It was so bad that it was causing rich codes, and it was actually running like crap because it was running so rich because so much fuel was in oil and it was washing into the cylinders. Pretty crazy. It did a hell of a job cleaning the engine out, though. It left a shit ton of sludge built up on the oil filter, like totally plugged it. Lifter adjustments. There's no lifter adjustments there. Not on a 2.4. What is up, Sergio? I did send you a link if you want to jump in. I think I sent you a link. If I didn't, I will send you one. I actually don't like doing a live where I'm the only one talking. Six watching and only two are talking. Yeah, I'm sure Equinox lifespan is going to be short. With the amount of crud I saw in that oil filter, that engine's got to be all caked up with shit inside. You're probably talking about the active fuel management and the displacement on demand engines where the lifters are failing. That you got to open up the engine, take the heads off to get the lifters out, change them because they go bad all the time. I had other stuff to do. What is up, Adam? What is up, Adam? Again? I understand. Take care of the kid. Well, I actually have an active fuel management 5.3 2018 Chevy Silverado, and I have absolutely no problems so far in 100,000 miles with the active fuel management lifters. But I also change my oil. I never go more than 5,000 miles, and I use a full synthetic oil in it. I'm currently using Pennzoil Ultra Platinum 0W20 because out of all the full synthetic oils we carry, that's our best one we carry. We do carry some Valvoline oil products too, but mainly we're Pennzoil, Valvoline, and our company. My boss is getting into Amsoil soon too, but I won't be using Amsoil because it costs too much. Turner's playing with his tiny Turner, probably. I don't know. He's probably sleeping. Most of your major oil brands are very good oils today. They all have to meet pretty good standards. I think Pennzoil is ranked within the top 2 or 3. Amsoil still is number 1 in any testing I see. The Amsoil Signature Series. Get this out of my face. I hope everybody that's watching had a good week. I got 9 watching and only a few commenting. How's the little one been going, Adam? How's the little one doing? The little one's probably not that little anymore. Well, that's good. It's always good to have a backup vehicle. The 5.9 can't beat that solid motor. Yeah, it seems like yesterday mine, I was feeding them and changing their diapers, and now they tease me about when they're going to have to start changing my diapers. My oldest is going to be 21 this May. I got 10 people watching, only a few commenting. So, anybody out there been in Harbor Freight lately? I hear they got those new Talon Grip needle nose pliers out now, the snap-on copycats. Solid motor, but it's an old style V8. Probably only gets 12 miles to 14 miles to the gallon. One thing I don't have a lot of is offset box wrenches. I have them, but I don't ever like. They're never real accessible. I always got them hidden in a bad spot in my toolbox. How does that bright yellow stuff they sell work? I don't use offset box wrenches that much. But I'm trying to think if I had to buy some and I was trying to do it on a budget, not spend a ton of money, what brand would I go with? Probably either pick Tecton or Capri. Let me look real quick. How much does Capri want for a set of offset box wrenches? The parts washer we have sits on a drum too, but I believe the fluid in it they call Aussie juice. That's all there is, only $360. Yeah, I figured they'd be more than that. Let's look here. How much does Capri want for theirs? Most of the Capri wrenches I've used have been good. I mean, they're good enough for what? Good enough to get by. I've not had bad luck with them. Let's see here. Yeah, 360 for a 5 wrench set. Well, that ain't that bad. Buy the new flex head ratcheting reversible dual 80 wrenches that are like the mount wrenches that Snap-on makes. I think those are 600 or $700 for a set of 5. That set's not a bad price. You get 6 through 24 millimeter, 75-degree double box offset, $149.99. In a foam case that takes up a lot of room in your toolbox. I don't know if you need a 75-degree offset. And I will say they will be shiny. Flank drive technology. Guaranteed for a lifetime. I have to say, I'd say it's a pretty good price for the wrench set. Well, I'm sure you can get the SAE for about the same price. I didn't look at the SAE. Use Medica. I wouldn't say SAE is getting cheaper, not when it comes to big tool companies like Snap-on and Mac and Matco. SAE is still up there in price. They still sell a lot of it, especially in the diesel world and heavy equipment world. Yes, SAE is superior. The metric system I don't like. Although the rest of the world uses it, we're the only ones that don't. I'm trying to think who makes that. You're talking about the one that it extends? Is that what you're talking about, Adam? One that extends? I'm trying to remember who makes it. It'll come to me. They also make one that can be a ratchet and it can be a torque wrench, if I'm correct. What is the British standard? A lot of Snap-on guys, a lot of tool truck guys are funny about walk-ons. They figure walk-ons are a waste of their time. They're going to ask too many questions, maybe touch stuff without being nice about touching stuff. I don't know. All of my tool truck guys don't mind a walk-on as long as they're respectful. All right, I got you. I've heard of the British standard before, but I never really paid attention to what it actually is. Maybe CP will pop in. I know he has one of those telescoping 3/4 inch drive ratchets. I think so. It's Country Mile Garage. I'm trying to remember who the hell makes it. So everybody have a good week so far? Yeah, my Snap-on guy has absolutely no problem with the walk-on, which happens frequently. I know it happens frequently to him, and he pulls in shop parking lots. Somebody else drive by, see the truck, and need something warranted or want to buy something from him. He has no problem with that. It's a quiet night tonight. Would his brakes go out or he just screw up? My way to work today, I saw a truck that I think their air brakes went out on it. Only like a couple of wheels were locked up on the trailer, and the truck itself wasn't stopping. Like the wheels weren't locking or anything, and he just ran into the back end of a big truck and pushed probably about 4 or 5 cars total before he came to a stop. And it was a semi. It wasn't even carrying a load. It was carrying a load, but it was an empty flatbed on the back. So the load was the trailer. It's one thing, Adam. I've never had a Cornwall dealer. There are some Cornwall dealers throughout the Metro Detroit area. I've just never worked in their territory. And for some reason, maybe the routes are too big. They've never crossed territories. Because I know my Matco dealer. He goes outside his territory all the time because there's no other Matco dealer in those territories, and he doesn't give a damn if he says Matco doesn't like it. Then screw Matco. Then they don't sell tools. They said if he will stop crossing into what's considered not his territory, if another Matco guy was to start a route in that territory, he would stop. He would stop going into that territory, but he goes from territory to territory. He covers as much ground as he can. What's up, Midwest 150? If you like joining in, I'll send you a link. Actually, I'm gonna post the link. Whatever, I'll post the link. You don't need any software for this. You just need it. Well, you need a computer or your phone with Google. If you have a phone with Google on it, Chrome on it, it will work if you want to jump on live. I understand if it's bedtime for you. Thanks for popping in anyway. I am doing good. I don't know if you saw my short Midwest on the Chevy Equinox. That could definitely use some restore and protect in it. It had a high pressure fuel pump that was leaking fuel right into the crankcase. And the oil was about a quart over full from all the fuel that got put into the oil. And you should see what the oil filter looks like. That fuel was doing a hell of a job breaking down all the sludge that's inside that motor. Obviously, the customer was not taking care of the car. I mean, it literally like plugged the oil filter. When I pulled the oil filter, I was like, holy shit. Motor sounds fine. If anybody wants to jump in, there's the link. The motor sounds fine. It's running great now. I did change the oil, filled it with some cheap ass standard oil we had, ran it for about 15-20 minutes, and dumped the motor oil out of it just to kind of like try to help flush all the fuel that was in the crankcase out. And then I put another fresh filter on it. So it went through 2 oil filters, and then I filled it with a full synthetic 5W30 oil that we have at our shop. It runs fine, sounds fine. It's just, I'm sure if I rip the valve cover off, it looks like shit. Or it might not even look like shit that much anymore.
Hello.
What's up, Sergio? You're not on the roof getting your ass kicked.
No, I'm not working right now. And then hand me the control, please.
Why?
It's right there.
To watch something for me?
Yeah, surprisingly, this guy was smart. The minute it threw a rich code, or a minute check engine light on, and the code was P172. It's saying it's running rich on bank 1, which it only has 1 bank because it's a 4-banger. I started checking stuff out, and I pulled the dipstick, and I saw the oil was up past the full mark. I smelled the oil, and I automatically knew the high pressure fuel pump was leaking gas right into the crankcase. Kind of a common problem on that motor.
You got to plug it in, Bubs.
Well, I don't need to.
I thought she was going to bed, or she can put you to bed.
Was. She was supposed to.
You got to let her bed and then.
Hold on.
I think the engine will be okay, Juan. It'll be okay for a little while.
Are you done talking?
What? My blood pressure's fine.
Yeah, why are you saying he's got bad blood pressure? His blood pressure is in the sky.
Do you think they deserve it?
Now we got answers possibly coming to us, Adam, if you're still watching.
My name's Joe.
Oh.
Hey, Chad,
What?
on the Mack truck and like even Snap-on truck, that 3/4 inch drive telescoping ratchet, who makes that?
Easy Red.
It's Easy Red.
Yep.
Is that also the one that you can put a head? It doesn't have like the breaker bar head or ratcheting. Don't can't you switch the head on it too?
Yes, you can pop the heads off them. The original, the Easy Red doesn't actually make that. To be honest with you, actually, that's Easy Red doesn't. Easy Red's the name. Easy Red rebrands tools too, just like everybody else. And actually, Matco makes this. I have the Matco version, which also is different than the Easy Red. So the Easy Red one has a collar. They uses it to adjust the up. The Matco one has 3 different positions, but the head pops off the Matco one. So what had happened, like BIM, they make one too. Well, they don't make one. They get one from the same manufacturer, and then they had them made a breaker bar head for that same one. So the company in Taiwan that's building it, which I don't actually know who the company is, builds
I've seen a Easy Red telescoping ratchet like a 3/8 drive. That's the same
Yeah.
damn thing. The same damn thing they sell at Harbor Freight.
right. Yeah, it's the same because it's a company building them out of Taiwan. A company that's building.
I don't think Harbor Freight carries a 3/4 inch telescoping one.
No, I don't think they do neither.
Adam was asking if he wanted to get one, and they didn't want to have to go to the.
I thought they did. I thought I saw one that was telescoping, but I might have.
Adam was asking Chad if he wanted to get one. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
If Adam wanted to get one, and say he wanted to look online for it, where would you go?
To get like the Easy Red version?
I don't know. Adam he'd have to respond to that question. He just said he wanted the 3/4 inch telescoping ratchet.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I like the Matco one and the Easy Red one are different actually too. So, the head on the Matco one has a little bit better feel to it, but this is one of those deals. I like the Precision Instruments kit with the torque wrench because they have one that's a 2-piece one, but it doesn't extend. Yeah, it does extend. Mine does extend. The Precision Instruments.
I thought it did.
Yeah,
That's the one. Because I mentioned earlier, Adam.
Yeah, Precision Instruments, which is
one could be a torque wrench.
Yes. Yep.
Am I correct? That it could be a torque wrench or a ratchet.
Yeah, I bought mine for $350, and the price shot up on them. Luckily, 2 years ago, told everybody I said buy them now because these are going to go up, and they're like $500-600 now. But Precision Instruments is by far the best one on the market. If you want a good, real solid 3/4 inch extendable, that's definitely by far the best. But you can go with the Easy Red get ones that people use, say they never have a problem. I mean, obviously it takes a lot of torque to put on.
Wrench to a ratchet. Or is it
What's that? Yeah, the Precision
breaker bar.
Yeah, the Precision Instruments, it goes from it has a torque wrench and a breaker bar.
So it's a torque wrench and a breaker bar.
Yes, torque wrench.
Not a torque wrench and a ratchet.
No, it's a torque wrench and a ratchet. Excuse me. God. You're catching me off guard here.
Well, if it's a ratchet, then it's also a breaker bar.
Yeah, exactly. It's 3/4 inch ratchet. Exactly. I'm with Sergio on that. That's a 3/4 inch ratchet. That thing you ain't breaking that thing. I can promise you the head on it is.
How do you set your torque on it?
It's got a different handle. The handle changes for it.
Okay,
it's a split beam. Yeah, it's a split beam handle for the kit. And let me get the part number. Give me 1 second. I didn't know I was going to get thrown in.
Well, it's the Pittsburgh 3/4 inch ratchet set thing that we bought because we needed that size socket for something. And that was the quickest way to get that size. I think it's pretty beefy, to be honest, for how cheap it was.
I haven't heard anybody say, hey, this thing sucks. There's the Amazon link for the Precision Instruments.
How much is it going for now?
$517.
Bubby, stop dropping.
Why can't I see anybody in the chat? Did I put it in the comments or the? Oh boy,
You put it in private chat.
sorry. Hold on.
I just noticed.
Yeah, I didn't sign in. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. All right, here we go. Here we go. That's the Precision Instruments. That's the one that I love, and it's guaranteed.
You just change the head.
Yeah, you can change. Yeah, you change the handle. Actually, the head
Or the
doesn't change.
handle.
Yeah, it's not like the Vim one. The Vim one is, but the Vim one does use the same. I'm positive that Vim, EasyRed, and Matco are all using the same manufacturer for building that one there because they're just all the same extended ones. The Matco one and the Vim ones, I think, both have a 3-button recess change where the EasyRed has a collar, but you know, everybody, those extendable ratchets are definitely coming out of the same factory.
Right.
And we took the long way around getting to the answer here.
I knew you had one, so I told
Yeah,
Adam. I said maybe we'll be lucky enough to see Peel to pop in the chat or he'll pop by, and I can ask you because I couldn't remember. I don't know why I couldn't.
Yeah, I just crushed a pinion seal on a Ford. I bought it because you know why I bought that thing?
Yeah, I
It's
couldn't
been put-
remember. I should have known it was Precision Instruments.
Yeah, I bought that thing for putting in pinion seals in Ford F-150s because you got to torque those things like 750 foot-pounds,
Yes.
and that's why I bought it. And we put a big old pipe wrench on them and lock it in and then you got to spin that pinion nut on there.
Well, that's
And
probably, Snap-on probably has the same thing now out of CDI, but you're not going to see that on Amazon.
no, Snap-on. Yeah, I don't think actually Snap-on sells a 3/4 with the deal.
No, I don't think not like that. They have 3/4 ratchets and probably 3/4 choke wrenches.
Did Boo just pop in and leave?
Yes, sir. What is up, Peter?
Yes, on Paramount Plus.
What's up, Paul? Paul P, what's going on?
And just
Midwest F-150.
like nature and safety, or even plain old life lessons, it's all
Oh,
Yeah, it's been a minute.
today's lesson. Archery.
I wasn't going to go live, but
You'll just want to
it's
start
an excuse not to do work in the house right now.
over some basic safety rules. Okay. Rule
My
number
daughter's like, when are you going to finish this? When are you going to finish that? I said, oh, Dad's got a meeting on the computer tonight.
what's going on with you, Sergio? Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, good to see you, man. No,
Hey, how you been?
not
How you
much.
been? How's work been going?
Not bad. I mean, I was off for 2 weeks because we went on vacation. Okay, grab another one.
Vacations are nice. Where'd you go?
Went to the Philippines.
Oh, no, my dream vacation. How was it?
It was nice. It was hot, but it was nice.
Oh yeah, I heard it. I hear it's hot there, but it's like it's
Yeah,
a
it's hot
gorgeous
year
place.
round.
I'm gonna be going on vacation with my daughter. It's kind of like a senior trip thing. I'm not a chaperone. This is a deal that I gotta ask her how many.
Oh, you mean her as high school senior trip, not like a senior trip for an old man.
Well, I'll be the senior. Yeah, it's like a high school senior trip.
I thought it was just like we're gonna take Grandpa to the
I think it's a group of about 14 girls that all got together and decided they wanted to do like a senior trip, but they're not doing it during spring break.
yeah.
We're going on a cruise. Like I said, I think it's about 14 girls total. And of course, every one of them will be accompanied by a parent because the cruise liners won't let them. You can't get on a cruise at 18 years of age even without a parent. unless you're married.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't understand that this is some sort of
That's weird.
modern-day publishing.
Yeah, I thought it was weird too. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
Well, yeah.
Because at first I'm like, why don't you just go with your friend? You and your friend
Morning.
Amina, you'll both be 18. Why don't the hell you just book a room and share a room?
Yeah.
They said, why don't the two of you like book and share a room? She said, Dad, we can't. She goes, you have to be married. I'm like, well, they must be doing that so the kids don't get out of hand on the cruise ship and destroy shit or do anything stupid or
Maybe. Yeah.
get too wasted, jump off overboard, which shit like that happens once in a great while. And I looked into it, sure shit. You have to be 21 years of age, or you got to be
Go by yourself.
Yeah, or you got to be married. I don't know why they think marriage makes a big difference. Maybe they figure you grew up a little, maybe they figure you grew up a little bit, or if you're 18 and married, they figure I don't know. But,
Adam is a true
I'm
dude.
going with my daughter.
Yeah. Right.
Whoa.
Every one of the girls, well, a couple of them are bringing their boyfriends with them on top of the parent, but I think there's out of the 14 or 13 that are still going. I'd have to ask you the exact number. I think about half of them, both mom and dad, are coming, and the other half, just dad is coming with them.
Okay.
And it'll be. I've been on cruises before.
Where are you guys
What's up,
leaving
man?
They're a good experience. We're leaving out of Port of Miami.
Oh, okay.
It's a 7-day cruise on Royal Caribbean. Norwegian. It's a 10-day cruise with Norwegian on their ship, the Escape. And yeah, hey Nick, how's it going? Nice to see you jumping in. And we're going to be going to
Oh, we're looking up Pete's wife.
Dominican Republic. We're going to be going to
Looks like your wife still lives nearby.
Oh,
somewhere in Puerto Rico,
please visit once
and
more.
then we're going to be going to St. Thomas,
Mhm.
and then we're going to be going to shit. I don't even remember the itinerary. I should know. We're hitting 4 spots. Three spots in their private island, and then heading back to Miami. It's over 7 days. Puerto Plata. No, not Puerto Plata. Is it Puerto Plata? I don't know. I gotta ask my daughter. I should know this shit. But it's somewhere over there. It's going to be in the Caribbean. It's going to be late April into early May, the cruise. So the weather should be
That sounds lovely.
great. It should be in the 80s. It's going to be hotter than hell there. Those island areas, they get warm. It's not like they're 100 all the time. They run on average like highs in the mid 80s.
What was the hot? It hell gets up to hundreds there at Philippines, doesn't it? It had to been close.
Yeah, but it's humid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's winter time there, and like it was, 80s, 85 the whole time, and just humid.
What was the coolest thing you did there?
I don't know. Like we did my view on it. Like it was fun, but like I felt like we were moving around too much. Like we didn't stay in
Really?
one spot. Yeah. Like we went to like this one of the other small islands, which was pretty cool, but like we did this like island hopping tour, which was cool. But it rained like the whole time.
Really?
Yeah. Like it kind of stopped raining a little bit, and then as we were like about ready to come back, it just started downpouring.
How was the food?
It was way too good.
Was it?
That I liked, yeah.
Yeah, they put in there's a little small Filipino restaurant. So I went to a small Filipino restaurant like 4 years ago here, and I took a deep dive into Filipino culture, and the people are just so nice.
Yeah.
And then the food is so good. And then I started looking at the country, and there's such beautiful places to go there with their beaches and stuff. There's dirty places to go there too,
I
but
mean, but that's everywhere though, right?
yeah. But it's just got everything in that country. They got mountains. I mean, they got beaches. A lot of
Yeah.
islands. I mean, it's like that whole area just seems like paradise, but such a poor country. It's just
It's I mean, kind of poor. I mean, it's
There you go.
Their government-
where you are. But
Everything.
yeah.
We're a mesh skirt.
I mean, it's definitely a lot cheaper there than it is here for stuff,
oh yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. You can live
Like-
like a king there. Like you go there with $500,000, you retire.
Like we bought, well, unless you want to buy like a condo, but that
Yeah.
was stupid expensive. But like we only brought, I mean, I did spend some on like my card or whatever, because one of the resorts we went to, like they didn't take cash, so I had to use my credit card. But like we brought like $1,000 or to like $1,200 in cash to change,
Uh-huh.
and I used maybe like 800 of it, 900.
Really. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and then over 2 weeks, and then like we probably spent like in buying stuff, food and gifts to come back. We probably spent like maybe like overall maybe like 1,300.
How about the flight?
The
Dad,
flight
That's,
was expensive. That's like, well, for three of us, for me, my wife, and my daughter, is like round trip. It was like $4,000.
But I mean, like the length of it.
And also, it was kind of the busy time to travel there because a lot of people go back for Christmas. So
How long did it take you to fly there? 18 hours?
from LA, it's because we went from here to Taiwan, which was
Oh, really?
yeah, it was like that was like 12 or 13 hours.
Wow.
And then from Taiwan to Manila was another, I want to say 4 hours.
You flew into Manila too.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah,
how
I
was
wanna
the
say
12-hour
it was like
flight?
4 hours. So overall, it's like 17 hours of flying, but
Daddy,
How was the 12-hour direct one flight?
it wasn't too bad. It was an overnight, so we slept for most of it. And
You get a bed or something?
no.
Oh,
I
just
wish
lean
I
back.
had that kind of money.
Well, was the seats comfortable then for 12-hour flight?
Yeah, they weren't too bad. I didn't have a problem with it.
Daddy,
That's cool,
I mean, I can get comfortable just about anywhere.
right?
That's one thing I still got to do is book the flight for my cruise.
Yeah.
I haven't booked the flight yet.
But yeah, dude, it's cool. Like I definitely want to go back, but I want to do more like not touristy things, but like just like go around and see stuff. Like
Right.
I feel like we didn't really have enough time to like really explore because we were like moving all over the place and all this stuff. So
You're like me. I like exploring too.
That's
Yeah.
a tough part of a cruise. If you want to go explore, you don't get a lot of time at some of the islands.
Yeah, I'm not like trying to pack my vacation with a lot of. Want to
Yeah,
go to a
but-
place and like totally, like look around.
yeah, that
check
was
things
kind of.
out.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Going to that island was kind of cool, but it's just like even like my in-laws, my other in-laws, like my sister-in-law and stuff. They got there like a few days before we did, and they went to another island as well. But it's like even they felt like it was nice, but it's like it just felt like too much. Like we were either going to the airport or coming back from the airport, and it's just like,
Overwhelming.
yeah, it's kind of over it after a while. And then it's like driving to all these places, and then it's just like, okay, that's cool, but I don't want to see the Philippines from the inside of a van.
Yeah, it's kind of like I would like to like go and hit like the Philippines, Taiwan, and Japan. That would be like a dream vacation to kind of do
Yeah.
that.
I'd like to go to Japan too. Well, and the cool thing about the Philippines though is like almost everybody speaks English there.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Or
crazy.
at least in Manila, like you can get by with English.
What's wild is I don't really want to go in the city, but what's wild is that I've seen like pictures I've explored on this is how I do like research for my vacation. You talk about exploring. I
Yeah.
like go on Google Maps and search Google Earth, and like I can't believe how tight the buildings are there, but the electrical blows my mind,
Oh yeah.
dude. The wires everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And-
That shit was crazy, dude.
I'm gonna go ask my daughter exactly.
Oh,
where-
so you did get to see some of that stuff.
Oh yeah, because we were in Manila for a few days.
Yeah. Yeah, that city's packed.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
You stay,
I mean,
did
yeah,
you
it's a
actually
big
stay in
city.
Manila?
What was that?
Did you stay in Manila at all?
Yeah, we stayed there. I think between bouncing around, it was maybe like 4 or 5 nights, something like that in Manila.
So it was nice staying there.
Yeah, it wasn't nice. It was nice. Like the places we stayed were like the nicer areas, but like it wasn't that bad. But to me, it's like they have areas that are like really like metropolitan, and it's like it almost looks like New York, right?
Right.
And then they have areas that look like Mexico.
I dig it.
It's a very weird dynamic.
Yeah, I would spend a couple days in Manila. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's definitely like an experience. Like,
they have like motorcycle shops. So
oh yeah,
I want to see the motorcycles. They have like these motorcycle places. I want to go because all the motorcycles are ridiculous there, obviously. But
yeah, all the little scooters and stuff. Yeah,
but they've got scooters there. Like there's like real legit knockoff Honda bikes
oh,
that are
really?
worth like big money here, and they're like you can buy them over there for like $1,500.
Yeah.
And it just blows my mind that they have that stuff. But yeah, it's I don't know. I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah, I definitely want to go back, but we gotta finish paying this stuff off first, and then
Well,
maybe in a couple of years.
Nice that you got to go somewhere.
Yeah, no, it was nice. I just wish we would have got to explore more.
Yeah. What do you think you would have done? Or
Yeah, well, I mean, I would have liked to have gone to some of the historical sites and
they do have some pretty cool places, statues and ship place. There's like some shipwrecks and some like World War II stuff. I think.
So that's just and I would have just liked to walk around and explore a lot more, but
yeah,
didn't really get a whole lot. Didn't really get to do that a whole lot, and then my nephew got sick. He got typhoid.
Oh no shit.
Or something. He got some kind of really bad stomach bug that kicked his ass for a day or two, and then, well, he's barely 3.
Oh,
but he got antibiotics and he was fine 2 days later.
That's good.
And then my sister-in-law got sick. His mom got sick. It's just everybody was getting sick, and I'm like,
But you guys got sick while you're on vacation?
I went there with a flu, like a cold, and then on the way back, we all got caught a flu or something, and
Kind of common to get sick when you do go those.
yeah, it's just every time I've traveled, I've gotten sick. It sucks.
When I went on a vacation to Mexico with a couple, we're Whiting actually in Cabo,
Yeah.
and a couple of us guys, we're all good friends, We booked this freaking have a good night, Nick. We booked this man. I can answer questions. Where's our cruise going?
Dominican Republic.
We're going to Dominican Republic.
Oh.
St. Thomas, Virgin Islands,
Wait, but we're in the Dominican Republic.
Puerto Plata,
Puerto Plata,
and then St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands,
St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands,
and then Tortola, British Virgin Islands.
Tortola, British Virgin Islands, and then their own private island, Great Stirrup Key,
Oh.
and then back to Miami.
That's not bad.
The cruise ship vacations are a little different. Most they're kind of like
I can't find them.
a little bit more.
I don't know where she is.
It's more of a party scene, at least the first day or two.
Right.
But food is at least I've been on Norwegian, I've been on Princess Cruise Lines, Royal Caribbean,
Now I
I've
found
been on Carnival, and I've been on Virgin Cruises. And I'd have to say the food, Virgin's number one.
Huh.
And
I went
then-
on one when I was a kid. That's about it.
And then it'd be a cross between Norwegian and Royal Caribbean would be 1 and 2. It's like 2 and 3. They're up there too. The food is amazing usually, and there's tons of it. You can eat all the damn time, whenever you want. And there's just a lot of shit to do on the ship too. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never been on a cruise, never been out of the United States, unless you count me going to Lake of the Woods and being on the river or the lake when you cross the Canadian border through the lake.
I mean, I guess that counts.
I don't count it. It's like being in Minnesota anyway. Canada and northern Minnesota are pretty much the same. I mean, really, the people talk the same. I mean, so they're like, hey, get that far apart.
so many people have entered those islands. Are they really virgin anymore? I'm sure they're far from virgin.
Yeah.
I should know where the hell I'm going exactly where
So
I'm
many
going.
people entered those islands.
I should know the exact itinerary. I guess I am paying for this.
Let me see.
It came out to where
Let me see.
I'll pay for half of it, Dad. You pay for the other half. Is that a deal? Well, guess who ended up paying for it all?
You.
Yeah. Then this is how smart she is. I mean, my daughter's a straight A student. She's actually going to graduate as valedictorian.
Nice.
As it stands right now in her senior class, when she graduates, she'll be valedictorian. And she will graduate, and she will actually also have an associate degree from our Macomb Community College on top of her high school diploma.
Oh, that's cool.
Most of her classes that she's taking this whole year, she doesn't even go to high school for. She goes to the community.
Oh, they're well here. They call it ROP, but yeah.
Yeah. But she said something really stupid to me. I said, you're not holding up to your end of the bargain. You're not giving me this much money toward the trip every month. Dad said he'd cover the plane ticket because we're going to fly down a day ahead of time. And I said I'll cover the hotel by myself. I'll take care of the room for us for the night in South Beach, Miami, which is down by the ports. I said, but the deal is you're paying for half your cruise ticket, not my cruise ticket. Mine's more because I have the unlimited drink package. You go figure.
These kids doing
I actually have
outside?
no choice on the unlimited drink package. You got a better deal on the whole ticket if you did that. But so I said to her, I said, you haven't been holding up to your end of the deal. You know what she says to me? Well, I got car insurance to pay for. I looked at her, I said, you dumb little shit. I said, you don't pay your car insurance. I pay your car insurance. I said, what the hell are you talking about? You got car insurance to pay for. I said, you don't pay any car insurance. When was the last time you paid car insurance? And she just looks at me and she goes, well, it sounded good. I'm like, you think Dad's stupid and forgets what he pays for?
That's funny.
One thing you pay for is you put gas in your car, and you don't even always pay for that because I take her car out at least once every couple of weeks, and I take it like if I got to run to the store, or I drive either one of my daughter's cars. I don't trust either one of them anymore. By the time they tell me something's wrong, it's fucked. So I take them out for test drives. Do I hear a bearing noise? Do I hear this? Is the wheel fucking shaking? Is the brakes fucking pulsating? Is the engine going ding 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 ding? I just want to keep on top of it. And every time I get in a fucking car,
That's like my wife's car.
they're on fucking E. They're on E. So what
Right.
does my daddy do when I run up to the store to get smokes and maybe a 6-pack of beer or whatever? Well, let's be honest, I get more than a 6-pack. But I'll fill the fucking car up too. I'll be like, fuckers are on E. Every time I get in your car, you're on E. And I'll fill the damn thing up with gas. So they don't even always pay for their own gas.
Man, when I was in high school, a tank of
Can that
gas
be
was
your daughter?
$20. Yeah, right.
I won't wear any dresses, but
The only time my daughter ever wears a dress is when she's going to homecoming or proms. It's the only time I ever see my daughters in a dress. Both of them were what are they called? Snow queens and I
What
forget
is
what they're
Snow
called.
Queens?
snow queens, huh?
They both got voted as number ones for some shit at the dances.
Oh,
Whatever
That's
they
cool.
are. Whatever they call those two, they're two different dances. There's I don't fucking know. I'm outdated when it comes to school shit.
why'd you take them off?
Let me call her. She's probably already upstairs. She's half asleep. Let's see. Shall be. She'll probably be prom queen. Did they already have prom?
No,
Did you already
prom's
have
not until like June.
What did you win that one year? Snow coming queen? What's a snow coming queen?
Yeah, what is that?
For a snow coming dance. So you're queen for a snow coming dance? So you're the snow coming queen. Do you know that doesn't even sound right? I gotta talk to the superintendent.
You probably better.
To be a snow coming queen, that doesn't sound right. Think about it from a sexual standpoint.
We probably should stop talking about this.
I'll talk to you later. But
Just saying. I think
when
you
I
just
brought that up like that, my daughter even started laughing. She goes, "I never even thought about that." She goes,
the
"Does
snow
sound-"
homecoming queen.
Yeah, she was snow coming queen, and I was like, "What was that for? The snow coming dance?"
Yeah, that's
Where do they come up with this stuff? Snow coming dance, snow coming queen. I mean,
yeah, that's subjective. I mean, hell, of course, anybody can make anything out of anything nowadays. This is how the internet is. So
like I said, I don't know if I ever told you this. I had a friend that works for a Chevy dealer. Probably about a year ago. That if the parts counter that people can, like customers can walk up to, just your average Joe walks up to, like me or like anybody that doesn't work internal in the dealer, and then
Right.
you have other parts counter that the service department can walk up to, and the technician,
Hang 'em
my
up.
buddy, walked up and he said, "Hey, did my tranny?" He's a trans tech,
yeah,
he's a heavy line tech. He walked up and he said, "Hey, Bill, whatever." I'm throwing out a name. I don't know if the guy's name was Bill, the parts guy. Say, "Hey, Bill, did my tranny show up yet?" And he's like, "No. They said it would be here by noon or by 1 or 2, whatever." And okay, whatever. Let me know when the tranny shows up. And he walks back to his bay working on other cars. And the customer that was standing at the other side, like the other corner of the counter, like could hear it. He heard the conversation. Do you know he bought what he bought from the dealer part counter? He left, called the dealership, made a complaint, wanted to speak to management. You know, my buddy got suspended for fucking 3 days.
we're saying
They're saying
training.
tranny. So he talked to me about it. He's like, "Dude, what would you do?" I said, "I would call up your boss and tell him, if this stands like this, 3-day suspension unpaid, go fuck yourself. I'm getting a new job."
Well, technically, there's only two genders now, so you could probably sue them because
Hey, this was like a year and a half ago, roughly.
no.
I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Because you said you're the trans tech. You better explain to your boss you're the trans tech. So you call it a tranny. That's what you're doing. You're changing the tranny in the car. You have to actually go up. Did my transmission show up yet? Techs do that all the time. The tranny here yet?
Where did the tranny name come from? Or because I'm pretty sure transmission has been called a tranny since 1920s.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Get
That's what I'm trying to say. To an auto
So,
mechanic.
how did the tranny name ever get given to those people?
By
That's what I'm curious.
By a Canadian named Turner. We'll blame it on Turner.
The prime minister.
Well, he's not the prime minister anymore.
No, Turner wants to be the new prime minister.
Oh God. Well,
I
it
don't
can't be
know.
worse than what they
Maybe
have.
that's a question that Tarek could give us an answer on, I'm sure.
Who?
Tarek might know the answer to that. Why they call trannies a tranny. He's very wise. He knows.
Well, I
a
mean,
lot
if
of
you
stuff
have the
about
word transsexual and transmission, I mean, I guess it just makes sense, right?
Does it? I'm just curious now. I just
It's
realized
a very
that.
good
Like,
point. It's a very
who
good
owns the terminology for the word? Truly,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, I feel like transmission was short for training was short for transmission. So it's transmission. Does that also relate to that? So it's a dual meaning. I mean, obviously it is dual meaning, but now it is. But who established the word first? As where did it come from?
Who decided to make it a dual meaning?
Right, the egg or the chicken? What came first here? That's my point. You know, because technically, I don't think anybody should get in trouble in your non-automotive field for saying the word tranny, or it should have to be changed.
Well, that's like or dykes.
Uh-huh. Yep. I'm not gonna stop saying it.
Yeah, hand me the dikes. What? You insulted me. At least now in the United States of America, we can actually turn to somebody and say, "Go fuck yourself." I hope the cruise that we go on though. I hope we have good weather. I hope we don't get fucked
Better
with bad
mess.
weather.
When are you going in? Like June? You said?
No, it's going to be. Let's see, April 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 31st, May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Yeah. It's May 27th through May, or April 27th through May 3rd.
Wow.
But I'll be in Florida on the 26th. I'll be in South Beach. So
You'll probably be fine.
I'll go party it up in South Beach the night beforehand and tell my daughter, if you have to, jump on me to get me up out of bed so we don't miss this damn cruise.
Right.
South Beach is a good time, man. You go down to the beach at night, there's girls running around naked and shit. That's where all the freaking Playgirl magazine or Playboy magazine girls are at. And you ever been to South Beach? South Beach is wild, man.
We're south in Florida, or?
Yeah, South Beach, Miami is South Beach, Miami, South Beach, Miami, Florida. That's right where the ports are. That's it's crazy down there, dude.
Yeah, so.
Dude, you go to an Outback restaurant, man, and the fucking girls, they're wearing little teacups on their. They're wearing bathing suits that you would get arrested here in Michigan for wearing on a public beach, and they're wearing them inside of an Outback steakhouse.
How's that even possible?
Fucking straight up G strings and all. I'm telling you, man, it's a different world down there, dude.
I guess so.
At least it was the last time I was down there, which wasn't all that long ago. No, the last cruise I went on, we were going to the Western Caribbean, and the captain warned us that we were going to be going through. I'm trying to remember what time of year it was. Probably about this time of year. That we were going through a fucking storm. That was cool as hell. I mean, dude,
wild.
I was on deck 12, dude, and water was freaking hitting the freaking glass from the freaking waves.
I think I want to go lobster fishing. That's what I want to do.
Oh, yeah, I was saying when I went down to when we all went down to for the wedding, when we went to Cabo, a couple of us, three of us guys booked a fishing excursion or fishing trip, charter fishing trip. And one of the guys, man, got seasick like a motherfucker. I felt so bad for him. I had to go. He's like, dude, aren't they gonna turn around and take me back? I'm like, no.
No.
You either keep feeding the fish, puke in the bucket, whatever. I'm miserable. I was like, dude, I know what it's like. I've been seasick before. One time, it's never happened to me again. And I was always told it only happened
when we go
one
to
time.
Mexico to go fish, I usually
I was
just
always-
load up on
I was
dry.
always told by people in the Navy and all that shit that you get seasick. And I know people that were in the what do they call it?
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard. That they say you get
Not the
seasick.
Navy, the other one.
Yeah, you get seasick. It's a bitch. It's nasty. It can last 24 hours, but usually you never get it twice. It happens to you one time and then it's done. It's like a one and done. Your body gets
That's a fucking lie.
I don't know. I don't know if I was seasick or had the flu or whatever, but I had it happen to me one time. And I wasn't on a big cruise ship. These big cruise ships. That was the first cruise ship.
Yeah, you don't really feel it on the cruise on the big
Well, that
ship.
was the first time I was on a cruise ship that we actually felt like serious freaking motion, man.
Right. Yeah,
That's
because
how
usually
bad
those things are so big.
It only lasted about hour and 45 minutes. The captain got across the area and he says, I'm gonna do my best I can. We're going right through this sucker. I'm not rerouting, I'm not doing this. We'll be on time, we'll hit our destination.
Right.
You may think the storm is substantial, the ship is well equipped and has the equalizers and all blah 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 blah. We're fine, you know, that we can easily handle this. And he made a joke about it. He says, we're not the Titanic, we're not in frigid waters, we won't hit an iceberg, but there's going to be some big waves. And then he even mentioned something. Then he even tried to pump up the income. He even mentioned that if you're starting to feel a little seasick, alcohol seems to help calm that down. So he's like enticing everybody, go get fucking drunk.
Yeah,
Go to the bar.
But like, yeah, on those big ships, yeah, you don't even feel it. Like you don't, unless like, yeah, you're in like a storm. You don't even feel
when you're on a cruise, say over 3 days, say you're on a 5 or 7 day cruise.
Yeah.
One thing I can tell you, you don't feel it while you're on the ship, but
when you get off, you feel
when
it.
you get off,
Yeah.
you feel like the ground is moving, like you're still going.
I did
slowly tilting.
when I was a kid. I was in the Scouts, and we used to have this like sailing ship called the Argus that we used to be able to like do trips on, and it was same thing. You'd be on. We'd just go to Catalina, which was only, you know, it's like sailing across the channel there, but it's like, you know, you're on that for a couple days, you're just even a day, and you're like, you get off and like you just standing still and you feel like everything's still moving. That's the worst.
Vegas.
It's like going to Vegas.
Yeah, like going to Vegas. You come or you've been in Vegas for like 3 days, and you go home and you lay in bed and you hear all the fucking machines going diddling, diddling, diddling.
Oh yeah.
Ring, 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 ring.
Yeah, even in your room, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like that sound just keeps.
Well, the
like,
worst. I don't know.
Brain just like keeps imagining that sounds going on.
I don't know if you ever stayed in like the Luxor. I remember we stayed there when I was a kid, like right after they opened. And that one is, you know, the pyramid one, so it's like all the room hallways are open to like the casino.
Yeah, I know what it looks like inside.
Yeah, so it's like you hear everything down below in your room, and it's just like it's so annoying.
When I've been to Vegas, I've only stayed at MGM Grand, and I was
I stayed at MGM.
I was at the Bellagio once and MGM Grand all the other times. And that's when I used to be a gambler. I used to sit at MGM Grand because I would get comps.
Technically, I stayed at the Hustler Strip Club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I was there for 19 hours.
How you doing, Shannon?
So isn't there something you can take for seasickness?
Yeah, Dramamine.
Yeah, I recommend that if anybody who's concerned about
Dramamine, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dramamine, bennies.
There's also those stupid
Oh, yeah.
patches. There's also those stupid patches you can put behind your ear and on your neck. They say they help.
But it was crazy too, because like when we were in the Philippines, we were on that boat, and it was storming, but I didn't get seasick.
How big of swells can they take?
I got
A
Like
ship
cruise
like that, what,
They
dude,
can get pretty big.
dude, a ship like I'm getting on, the Norwegian Escape is fucking. That's a fucking 4,600
Oh, that's
passenger ship. I mean,
Do they
Yeah.
sweep those waves like nothing?
Oh yeah.
dude, when I was on the ship, I'm trying to remember the name of the ship I was on. It was a Royal Caribbean ship when we were going through that storm. I'm trying to remember the name of it. They got classes of ships, smaller, bigger, and real
Yeah.
fucking big. This would have been toward the bigger. I'm trying to remember, was it Majesty of the Seas?
Well,
Some-
don't they like repaint a lot of them and rebadge them and stuff, and they're just the same old ship?
No,
Yeah, well, a lot of
sell
them,
off.
a
They
lot of
sell
them,
off.
yeah, they start at like Princess Cruises or something,
Yeah,
and then when they get down to Carnival, they're sold off and renamed.
right.
So the older looking ships are now like Disney Cruises and Carnival
That's the one.
Cruises.
Yeah, I heard that Disney cruise. Yeah,
Dude, I think when we were going through it, to be honest with you, Chad, the ship we were on held the probably about. I'm trying to remember how many feet wide it was and how long it was.
I know. You gotta go to bed.
like the newest, latest ship is like the one with the big like diamond ball in the middle. I got into watching this cruise ship stuff and the latest technology, like the coolest ship to ride was this one that has like you walk in.
Norwegian probably has one of the coolest newest ships. Not
Yeah.
not Norwegian, probably Royal Caribbean. Probably is one of the coolest, biggest ships out there right now. The one we're going on is an older ship. It's not that new, but it's still big. It's big. It's got the water slide that actually goes off. It's got a couple water slides on it.
Yeah, there's like three. This one chick, I was just blown away. It has like a small golf course. It has an infinity pool on it,
This has got a small golf or
and a movie theater, comedy club. I'm like, geez, Louise, these things are a small city on the water.
Yeah, they got like a whole.
There's like on this cruise ship I'm going to, there's like freaking 13 different places to eat, and there's like 17 different bars on it.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
And there's a movie theater in it. There's a casino in it.
I don't know how I landed on this rabbit hole of watching casino or cruise ships, but it was impressive. I can tell you that much.
I would say we were hitting 35-foot waves, 25 to 30-foot waves with that cruise ship. And it was going right through like it wasn't shit.
Well, we took that one up the Inland Passage in Alaska,
Oh, that's the one right there I want to go on. Yeah.
and that ship's not that big. That's a medium-sized ship.
Right.
It doesn't have any of the big stuff. That ship does not move in the water at all.
But
And that water's choppy.
But the water or the views you get with that ship though are unreal.
Oh yeah,
Right.
I'll send you some pictures. It was beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the one. That's a bucket list. My cousin went on that one, and I was like, I definitely want to do that. And then there's the boat one down in Louisiana for the Mississippi. That one looked really cool too. I mean, granted, they're not like regular crazy cruise ships, but I think it was a 7-day Mississippi adventure.
That'd be
I don't know
fun.
why-
It would be hot.
It just goes up the
It would be
river?
fun.
He goes halfway up the Mississippi and then back down. It's just the
That's kinda
history and stuff that it would look pretty cool to do
That's
it.
interesting.
Yeah, it like there takes you to where that old wooden U-boat was. They got it built, and I don't remember where it is. And you get to explore off the boat. I watched it on the Carpetbagger channel. That's what I watched. He did it. I think it was him. that I watched. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
he's-
we got off in Skagway. We went to Juneau. We went dog sledding.
Yeah, I went down this rabbit hole the other day of this airline or travel blogger guy.
yeah. Oh yeah, dude, those are crazy.
He went on this like 6-day, 5-day, whatever it was, 4,000-mile bus trip in South America from Peru. Yeah, from Peru to Brazil. And I'm just like, geez.
Oh,
Dude, I went before.
there's a South African dude with a channel, and he goes on little vacations in poor communist countries. So the first thing he does is pick up a girl to take him around, and then he just goes to see how far he can stretch $1 or what he can get from the local area, and just show you how fucked up things are.
Shannon he's pretty much on the money here. I just looked up the actual dimensions of the Norwegian escape that I'm going
Oh,
on.
nice.
The Norwegian escape is 1,069 feet long and has a maximum beam of 153 feet. So that's its width. It's 153 feet across, 1,070 feet from front to back. Can hold 4,266 passengers
Cold.
and 1,733 crew members.
Yeah.
It's 20 stories. It's 20 levels, 20 decks.
Oh yeah,
20
they've got the fucking battleship Iowa
It's got 12
berth
pools
down here.
12 pools and hot tubs, 12 pools and hot tubs, aqua racers, rope courses, 28 dining options, 16 decks above main level, and a wide range of accommodations. And we are going to have they call it a breakaway class ship, breakaway plus class. Those are the larger ships, breakaway plus.
Oh, they're huge.
It is
Yeah,
164. It's 165,000 gross tonnage ship.
When you
Yeah, they parked the cruise ships in the next berth over from the battleship Iowa, and Iowa looks tiny compared to these things.
Oh, from the cruise ships.
Yeah, those big princess
We're gonna
ships.
Yeah, there's a place. I watched a video where they had them coming into like Jamaican Island or something, and all the cruise ships coming to port, and I'm like, holy shit,
I booked a balcony room,
they're just ginormous.
so we'll have a balcony room. We'll be able to go right out and look at the water if we want.
Oh yeah, you got to get a balcony.
Well, I don't tell my daughter, but I upgraded us. I also added us to the Haven.
To the what?
I upgraded to a Haven fucking room.
Nice.
I'll have my own butler. If I say butler, I want a beer, the butler will bring me a beer. If I say butler, I want some eggs over easy. The butler will bring me some eggs over easy.
Yeah, it's wild the options they give you for room upgrades too. I started looking into it. I was
They
like,
just
Jesus.
sent me this shit, Chad. They wanted to know if I wanted to upgrade, and I freaking saw the prices on the internet. I'm like, nah, it's too much. That's too much. I called them, fucked with them for a little bit. I upgraded to a Haven Haven room.
want a balloon, Daddy?
I got all the amenities. I go in all the places that most passengers can't get to. Even my
The other one I want to do.
my daughter's got to be 21 to get into some of the areas I can get to. I'm just.
Oh yeah.
I know when I tell her I did this, she's gonna be like, "Why did you do that? Why'd you waste your money on that?" I'm like, "Daddy's gonna land himself a fucking sugar mama."
The other one I want to do is the Amtrak to California. Like that best. They said it's the one you get into California. What does it come into? Northern California or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
I can't remember what it is, but it says that is the best views. Some people say it's the best views in the entire United States that nobody can get to. By
Yeah,
going
I
on
want
that
to
train ride.
do one of those trips. That like those seem like so much fun.
Oh yeah,
Matters what you consider a good view. I'll tell you one thing that's a freaking
Yeah, because those train tracks, they're some of the places they run, there's literally nothing.
exactly.
I'm not much for views anymore because I'm spoiled. I've been so many places throughout my life with my parents and shit. But the Blue Ridge Parkway is a hell of a fucking.
Is that what? I think that's what it is, isn't it?
Well, that's the
Blue Ridge-
Appalachians, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, never mind.
the Blue
I
Ridge
thought.
Parkway is through the Appalachian Mountains. That's a beautiful drive.
I think I've been there because I've been there because we went
Especially
dirt
if you
bike
go
riding.
through the right time of year through the fall months.
Yeah. Well, dude, Arkansas, Fort Smith, through the Fort Smith area in Arkansas is a lot like the Blue Ridge Parkway, believe it or not. It's really
And
cool.
I'm going on a cruise April 27th through May 3rd. Dominican Republic. U.S. Virgin Islands, Florida, and wherever else we're going. I don't know. I should know this shit. I paid for it, but I'm going with my daughter. It's like a high school trip thing. Yeah, these kids actually asked for permission because this is not during senior break. And all the kids that are going, I guess academically are doing well, and the principal said, "Yeah, it's cool."
You're not the idiots. Yeah, you can go. You can leave for a week.
Basically, that's what they said. It was cool. Yeah, we're cool with that.
Yeah, it's fine. You'll be fine.
What up, Jay? Who?
All right. Well, I got to put this kid to bed. She's already an hour past her bedtime. So
All right,
Good
Joe.
chat,
talk to you
buddy.
guys later.
I
Hi,
wasn't
buddy.
going to much longer anyway.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks for popping in, Serge.
Yeah, man. Bye.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, what did I miss last night? Anything good?
You missed the Prime Minister of Canada and the co-founder, or I don't know what to call it. It was USA versus Canada.
Oh,
That was all you missed.
USA won, of course, because
Yeah.
Canada doesn't have any more people than
We were talking about
Oh, yeah.
Canada spending money in USA, how they spent $600 billion, and then how they're the number one exporter and they're greater than America.
well,
And,
how come they buy their weapons from us?
yeah, I don't know. Well, that's why they spend more money with us. That's what I explained. He said that, it's just, there's no problem between America and Canada, I don't think.
No, I don't.
No,
think
there
so.
isn't. There isn't going to be. And what Turner doesn't understand.
I love Canadian.
Right now, what Turner doesn't understand. Right now, for United States goods going to Canada, Canada is hitting us with the tariff to get it into their country. They're making our product more expensive to get there. And all Trump is simply saying, if you're going to do this to us,
Right.
I'm going to do it to you.
Right.
And Turner says, no, we don't do that. We don't.
Well, do you see what he did?
That's why Trump is saying it. If you do it to us, I'm going to do it to you.
Did you see what he did to the Chinese tariff? Backed it down to 10%. Basically, it's meaningless. Like I told you. I said it's never over until it's over, and don't say till the fat lady sings. He's talking about doing American manufacturing, yet he wasn't willing to put the 25% tariff on Chinese shit.
Because he probably got Xi Jinping to fucking agree to do some shit with us.
Yeah, well, he got cold feet, is what he got.
I don't know. He got cold feet. He probably got a little business deal going with the Chinese government on them lowering shit that we're going to send over there.
10% ain't nothing. It
Yeah,
ain't gonna affect them.
maybe the Waltons needed him to lighten up on them a little bit, so they could hire some more people.
Yeah, it's just, I'm just not surprised that he would cave in on the tariff on Chinese. It's not like, I don't know.
We don't know
Everything
if he caved in, Chad. We don't know that.
Yeah,
China might have caved into him and said, "Okay, we'll make deals here."
yeah, we'll see.
That's all he's looking for.
We're not, none of us are making money or none of us are getting rich yet. So, and I doubt we ever will, but as long as he's president, we'll see. I'm not against Trump. Don't get me wrong. I just don't trust any politician. So if anybody, you guys at all that follow me should know by now, I'm a naysayer and hater of everything. I don't trust anybody or anything. Like, I don't even trust myself some days, just for the simple fact that, I got to question, what I'm doing. I shouldn't say I don't trust myself. I'm the only person I trust. Me and God.
I know what I'm doing. I'm going to get me a fucking hamburger, but it's raining.
I trust people that are my friends. I just don't trust politicians and corporations, and I don't trust anybody that tries to control this country. You know what I mean? That's all there is to it.
And you should not.
I did see that. There's a couple YouTubers that bought Chinese. All sorts of people have been buying shit. I just had a conversation with a company this morning. I had a small chat, and they said they're moving forward with buying their same products that they've been buying, and nothing's changed. So there you go. What did the tariff stop, or what did it change on importation and exportation of Chinese goods? Absolutely nothing. That's what it all boils down to. Are we?
Time.
They should be giving huge tax. Well, I don't know that they should be giving huge tax incentives to corporations in America. I don't know the answer to any of this stuff. You know, honestly, I don't know the answer to any of it or how to fix it, because to me, it seems like it's so wild and out of control. Like, we fix one problem and you create three more. That's my honest opinion about everything. Yeah, he's really hitting he did here too. They got the ICE was here in Des Moines, Shannon, right away. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? They deported 200 people out of Des Moines.
They don't need ICE here in the Metro Detroit. Metro Detroit kicks their fucking illegal immigrant asses right out of here.
Yeah, they had ICE. They were getting them at the courthouse here and everything.
I think Detroit's been able to hold up again and fight that off because Detroit's small. They're still a powerful city gang-wise. Still a rough city if you head into the wrong areas.
You got to be pretty desperate if you're a Mexican to keep moving north, don't you?
Well, look, they took over Chicago, took over New York, but they didn't hit Detroit. But Detroit's a lot smaller than Chicago and New York. Detroit's like what, 130 square miles. Chicago.
I have a couple of friends who are legal Mexican people, and they hate immigrants worse than we do, because they said, you know, we had to fight our way into America and get here. Why should these people get to come in and stay here for not doing anything? And I said, if anybody has a right to be mad, you do have the right to be mad. You know, I said, why should illegal immigrants why should they be allowed to come in when we had to do everything that we were asked to do to gain our citizenship? You know, we paid our dues.
Well, I think they should be sanctioned. Basically, they should have to pay a higher tax rate for an amount of time determined on, you know, how long they believe they were here working.
I have a limited drink package with NCL, Jehu.
You want to generate, you want to generate some income, make them pay their taxes.
Yeah, instead of giving them tax breaks.
And Jehu,
I agree.
Jehu, who are you? Tell me a little bit about yourself. Who are you? I noticed you made a comment on my shirt today, and now you're in on the live stream, which is cool. Are you a technician, do-it-yourselfer, just average Joe?
I think Jehu was always on it. He's been on a couple of Ed the Old Tech Guy's lives and stuff.
Oh, this is a different Jehu.
Oh, really?
If it's Jehu that goes on Ed the Old Tech Guy stuff and Jude streams, I know who it is.
This isn't the same one?
I don't think so.
That looks like the same emoji. Anyways, there's it is what it is. We'll see. Everything's gonna come. Everything will take time. I just don't trust anything until we get there. You know, until I see something concrete.
It's gonna be rough.
Yeah, I just want to see something change in a positive light that everybody can finally see some relief off of.
Jehu? Am I reading? I don't think it's the same Jehu. Only Jehu can tell us if it's the same Jehu.
Wait, are we still on that?
Yeah, we're still live. You just getting off work, Frosty?
Yeah, I just got home. Now I come back out to get something to eat. I'm gonna pull in this.
Fucking burger and his wiper blades are going back and forth because it's raining outside.
I forgot to ask Sergio how is Sergio live by the fires down there too?
No, he's down by San Diego, man.
My brother was right in the thick of that Palisades fire. That's where his station is.
No kidding.
Yeah. This is one
awful
of the
deal.
only things left standing.
Pretty terrible situation.
Be right back, guys. I'm gonna order some food.
And they still haven't said anything about how it started. They're still ignoring the problem. You all right, Dave?
I'm looking at something. Give me a
Yeah.
minute.
It'll be fine. Anywho, to anybody listening, anybody got anybody getting the new Harbor Freight pliers, or get tired of seeing the 900,000 videos already out?
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of it.
There's literally 500 people doing the coin test and saying, "Oh, they're as good as Snap-on." Yeah, that determines that. Like that's they can both figure. I mean, it's like, geez. It blows my mind.
Did it fix it, Shannon?
Oh, my Sable. Oh, he's got a Sable. The old 3-liter tried and true gem. You can't beat you can't beat a Sable. Man, those things are just solid machines. Mercury, Taurus. Why did they ever stop building those cars?
Because they lasted too long.
But I guess so.
I gotta let my dogs out.
That's definitely the reason why they stopped making them too. Now honestly, I don't think they build engines as good as they did on that 3-liter. That 3-liter was a hog. That was a hog leg. Yep, it took care of my issue. Well, that's awesome. Congratulations, buddy. I may be old school, nostalgic, but a lot of these new cars, I just did a PVC issue on a new Ecotech this week, and I just keep thinking to myself, why would anybody want to buy a new car like that? I mean, a 2015, and it's shooting oil out of the dipstick tube. Oh, 0935. Oh, you got the Yamaha motor? Oh, wow. Oh, it's an 09 35 EcoBoost. Oh, I thought it was an older one. You got is yours a turbo one? Sorry, Shannon, I was talking about the older ones. Ha! I like the older ones. No, yeah, 35 EcoBoost. What year did Toyota stop having burning oil issues? Bad rings. I have no turbo, just 3.5. Okay. What year did Toyota stop having burning oil? I don't know. I don't know what year that was. Not really aware of that situation. Actually, mine isn't the Eco. Oh,
Was it Toyota's? You say Toyota's burning oil?
what year did yes? What year did Toyota stop having burning oil issues?
Probably when the VTEC, or around when the next generation engines came out. I had an 02 Corolla, and the pistons would collapse. You know, just the skirts would shrink after running for a while.
Yeah.
And it would eat the rings, and you know, it looked like there was soot on the tail lights.
I never got involved with any of those Toyotas, so I honestly don't even know.
What engine are we talking about that had oil consumption issue?
It's their, I want to say it's their regular old 2-liter, the one with the big aluminum intake manifold on it, big mean looking one, almost tubular. It was their 2-liter 4-cylinder. Corollas. Mine was a Corolla VE, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I never really had to mess with any of those years of Toyotas. We just never had a bunch of them around.
I want
Very
to
few
say they quit making those in 06 or 05.
Yeah, they weren't very long.
It was about a 4 or 5 year run of that engine.
Right. Yeah, I didn't think it was very. And they disappeared pretty
Yeah,
fast.
they upgraded it.
Yeah,
It was
you
like
don't see many of them around.
It had 2 cams up top. It had the trick fuel injection and all that.
Right.
But it didn't have variable valve timing. It didn't have any of that stuff yet.
Right. Shit, I didn't. Why do I not know that the? So what was the 3.5 Ford and an 09 Mercury? Why have I not?
Well, 3.5 Ford is like the EcoBoost engine.
No, it's not. He said it's not an EcoBoost, a 3.5.
Yeah, they must have made a regular version first.
They did.
That's why I was asking. I figured Dave's messed with one.
But I mean, I think it's the same architecture, isn't it?
He said he's got an 09 Mercury Sable. That's the one he was changing the coil and the injector out on.
Yeah, they had that engine back then.
Yeah, they had that engine back then.
Back when?
The hot one was only in the Taurus police car deal, right?
Non-turbo 3.5?
Well,
Yeah,
the Taurus has got the
3.5. Wait a minute, 3.5.
The police car's got the high performance ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, you had 3.5. They had the 3.5 non-turbos, and they had 3.5 EcoBoost, and they had the 3.7s and 3.7 EcoBoost.
I don't think I've ever worked on the 3.5 non-turbo.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Ranch, barbecue.
I use that Copper's annexes lightly.
There's a lot of 3.5 non-turbos out there. You never had a water pump?
Huh?
Oh, I guess on a Ford. No, I take that back. I've done one on a Ford. I take that back. That's the same. That is the motor where the water pump goes out on it, isn't it?
That's the one that has an internal water pump.
Yeah, I did one on what's that?
It leaks out behind the alternator.
Yeah. That's the one I did on the Escape. What is that thing called? The Explorer? No.
Explorer, you have the Explorer,
No.
you have the Explorer,
It was the Ford little 4-wheel drive unit. Edge.
The Edge.
Yeah, there was an Edge, Ford Edge.
That's right. My wife's car had a 3.5.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Shannon, technically speaking, they say do not put anti-seize on spark plugs.
I might be.
That's your own call if you want to do that. If you do it, I would say you do it very lightly.
Who says that?
What?
Not to put anti-seize on a spark plug.
Well, supposedly anti-seize when you get excessive heat to it, causes it to actually stick worse than if you would do it without. They heat seize. That's what I've been told. Why you don't put anti-seize on it, but
Anti-seize will actually. You can put. They say some will say use the gray. Some will say use the copper.
I use the copper. I've never had a problem with anything.
Copper, my personal opinion on a spark plug.
Well, if the copper's high temp, that's the one you want to use.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it, though, do it very lightly.
Yeah.
And don't over torque because you're adding lubricant now to those threads, especially on aluminum cylinder head.
Well,
you don't want to over torque.
You wouldn't want to put them in without some kind of lubricant, though. You got to have something on there.
It's kind of one of those things where there's definitely a lot of opinions on and no scientific evidence, and it would definitely be cool to see.
Manufacturers say put nothing on them.
Yeah, manufacturers don't say put anything on it.
If you change your spark plugs at the recommended intervals, you probably will never have a problem getting them in and out.
Well, I can tell you one thing is for sure is that
somebody talked about the broken Ford fucking 5.4 White and 3-valve spark plug issue.
I've only had to do one of those in my life.
Anti-seize will not fix that issue in any way, shape, or form because that's not actually what really breaks.
I've never had a problem. I use an impactor to take them out.
Yeah, but get that fucker hot. You loosen all the coils, take all the coil bolts out.
Yep.
On the fucking side, you're gonna change. You get that fucker hot. Use the impact to take the fucking.
Yep.
You know, have them still break that way, but they have a special tool out there for it to help drag out the insulator and the broken part that stays in the carbon area.
For sure.
It's the lower portion of the plug. If anybody's not familiar with that 5-foot Triton 3-valve engine,
Oh,
spark plug design that they use, it's very unique.
the spark plug shitter. Some of the 4.6s had that issue too.
No, they used to blow spark plugs out.
Yep. Yep. And
They
that's
didn't
how
get stuck in there. They blew them out.
yeah, when I went to buy my cop car, that's one of the things you looked for was a little miss. If there was a little miss, you knew the coil was the only thing holding the plug in. I remember I showed it to a guy on one that I was looking at. I really wanted this car, but he wouldn't come down in the price. And I showed him that problem. He's like, "Oh shit!" He had one pop.
You really think so, Jay? Who best sleep on a cruise? Probably because you drink so much. By the time you go back to your cabin, you just crash.
Oh, I had the best sleep of my life on that cruise ship.
Or it's all the fresh air that you get the whole time you're on the cruise.
Best sleep of my life was on that cruise ship.
You
Chris,
seem
you're
to
stuck.
sleep good every night.
You're stuck out there. There's nothing you can do. You know that your boss can't get to you. Work can't get to you. You're marooned on this giant island full of food and scantily clad women and booze, and you wake up, you eat, you party a little bit, you go take a nap, then you do it again.
I never took a nap on a cruise ship.
Oh, I slept for 2 fucking days. I just got up to eat. I mean, you can go to that buffet every morning, every afternoon, and every night, and never eat the same thing twice. The buffet is that big.
I never took a nap on a freaking cruise.
Oh, I love taking naps.
Not me. Once I'm up for the day.
Yeah, that Alaska one was really cool. I would do that again.
That's probably one of the only cruises I've never taken is an Alaska cruise. I've been on European cruises, Eastern, Western Caribbean cruises. I'm doing one to the Dominican Republic, blah, blah, blah. Virgin Island.
My wife was talking about the one.
Stopped in Mexico before with cruise ships. Did a Hawaiian cruise.
She was
I'd
talking about.
actually have to say the Hawaiian cruise, that was the cheapest way to visit the Hawaiian Islands. Because
Oh yeah,
the food on the
don't
cruise
get off
was
the boat. Don't spend any money off the boat. Everything in Hawaii is super expensive.
Well, no, but the food was included, so you didn't have to go eat in Hawaii.
Yeah. Hell yeah. But she was talking about wanting to do that Prince Edward Island one on the East Coast. I don't know.
So Jehu, you Jehu from Chicago? Or are you a different Jehu? I don't think it's the same Jehu. Chicago to Canada.
Chicago's not that far from Canada, is it?
Yeah, I don't think you can get there, can you?
No.
Can't.
Oh, there's no port of entry?
I think you can only do that from Michigan, can't you?
What? What's that?
Cross over into Canada.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure how you go to Chicago from Canada. They'd have to cruise all the way through Lake Michigan, all the way to Lake Huron, go up through the locks,
Lake Michigan to Lake Huron.
and then go up to the locks in Lake Superior, and
Is
then you
there
can get to Canada, or you'd have to
Get to Lake
all the way
Huron.
back down,
You
or
can
you'd
get
have
it.
to come all the way back down the state of Michigan. You'd have to come all the way back down the state of Michigan and go into.
But technically, half of Lake Huron is in Michigan or Canada.
No, it isn't. Not Lake Michigan.
Lake Huron. I said Lake Huron.
They could do it through Lake Huron. Yeah, they could probably hit if there was a
Lake
port.
Michigan connects to Lake Huron, so you could get
No,
there.
you're right. You're right. They
Yeah,
could do
but
it through Lake
there might not be
Superior.
a
They
port
could do
there,
it.
though, is there?
Well, they couldn't do a cruise ship. I don't know. I don't know how big of a ship they could handle going through the locks, but I'm sure whatever ship they'd use, they could go up through the locks and go through Superior, or they go through Lake Huron.
Well, look at it this way: if a container ship can get through, a cruise ship can get through.
You tell me, Chad, this is the same Jehu? Jehu, are you the same Jehu that's on Buddies with Ed, the old tech guy? I swear to God, it looks like your logo's changed.
I have no idea.
You said yes, you're from Chicago.
People want to play games, that's their thing. And it's going to steal people. There's all sorts of people doing that crap.
What's that?
If somebody's stealing somebody else's name like that,
No, it might be. Maybe I didn't pay close enough attention. It might be Jehu. Jehu's cool, man. Jehu's real
That's
cool.
what Shannon just said.
I just didn't think that was the logo that Jehu that I know.
I don't know either. I haven't been around for years.
So you say Jehu. You say you have two Jehu channels. That's right. So you're the one that just lost your car. Your car got smashed. Yeah, one is just a J. I got you. So it is the same Jehu.
Copy that. Glad we got that cleared up. Yeah. There's another cruise ship up there I want to go on. The one from the one that goes over north of Chicago. What is it in Wisconsin? Over to Michigan? That Badger, USS Badger. That's a pretty cool one to be going to. It goes from Wisconsin over to Michigan.
So you're gonna buy it back, Jehu? So you're saying you're buying it back from the insurance company, and you're gonna fix it? Not necessarily a bad idea, considering everything you put into it.
Absolutely. Don't let somebody else make the money that you could.
Well, it's a fusion. I mean, your resale value's not all that good to begin with, but
No matter what year you're talking about.
And how much damage.
yeah, how much damage, and I would assume parts are pretty cheap.
Okay, it is Jehu.
Calm down, Dave.
Well, he didn't answer. It took a long time for him to answer.
You're paranoid.
I'm not paranoid. I'm never paranoid. I'm not paranoid. Why would I be paranoid? What do I have to be paranoid about? Why would I ever be paranoid? Come on. Why would I ever be paranoid? I'm not paranoid.
Yeah, I'd like that.
You're gonna buy it back just to hit your mission of 300,000 miles. Then
Oh.
your next goal is gonna be 400,000.
Yeah, if you go 300, you might as well go 400. Hell.
Insurance telling you at fault.
I'm convinced that anybody can take a car to 1,000,000 miles with some obvious on the same engine. I think anybody could take, well, certain ones. You definitely couldn't take an Ecotec. There's not a chance in the holy you. I mean, you literally you have a better chance of taking $1,000 to any casino in the United States and doubling your money versus getting an Ecotec to make it past 200,000 miles without
What,
blowing up.
is that that thing in my Malibu, an Ecotec?
Yeah, that would be the thing in your Malibu. Oh, you weren't there. Were you on there last night when I was talking about the PVC plugging issue? Which
No.
oh god, they so the
Jehu, real quick, Jehu, you see the link here? You feel like it, jump on, brother. I'll fucking add you too. We can talk about this.
the PVC filter plugs on the deal. Dave's had them. They blow the rear mainsail out because you got to pull the intake off and clear the PVC.
Whoa.
You can also avoid that.
Yeah. You changed
Avoid
your
that
picture. I was like, what
with
happened?
that FC219.
Yeah, or add the
It's a bentable oil cap. I can't guarantee it will stop it, but it's supposed to.
yeah. At least it doesn't let the crankcase pressure build up. Because the PVC, and it normally happens to us northerners when it's cold weather. It's not near as detrimental, I don't think, to people that's got a little bit warmer weather. But yeah, you guys did have some abnormal temperatures here, I think, didn't you? They were down below freezing at one point.
It's
We
pouring here right now.
So, I mean, I don't know if it affects them. I don't know if that affects people in warmer climates if they actually end up with that, where it freezes up that PVC. It's moisture gets in the PVC and clogs up carbon.
Well, if it gets totally plugged,
Right.
if you live in a hot climate or a cold climate, if it
Yeah.
gets totally plugged, you're going to build up that crankcase pressure.
Right. You got to pull. It's real easy to fix. You just pull the intake off and clean it out. Use a 16-inch drill bit and a 1/4-inch drill bit, and you do it by hand, not with a drill. You do it by hand, where you just go in there and clean the ports out. And you got to replace the high pressure regulator, isn't it? The high pressure regulator.
High pressure, you're supposed to change the high pressure fuel feed tube from the pump to the rail.
Yeah.
Supposed to be one-time use.
Yeah.
I've known a lot of guys that say fuck that and they use them multiple times without a problem. But when you work in a professional environment, you can't really put that risk out there.
Spec, yes. Factory data spec says to replace it. I'm pretty sure I did not replace this one on this customer's car, so I failed to notate that, which makes me a bad mechanic. I was trying to think back, and I don't know.
If you got it tight enough, and when you're running it, it wasn't leaking, it won't leak.
I know, but still, I like to follow factory specifications.
You talking?
Talking
to me, Jehu? Are you talking about my short?
Dirty filter.
Yeah, that came out of a 2014 Chevy Equinox with a 2.4 Ecotec motor in it that had a high pressure fuel pump that was leaking fuel right into the crankcase.
Oh my!
Or say the upper head, the valve cover, or the head, because that's where the cam it drives it up the head. But it was leaking fuel into it, so the fuel level actually was about a quarter so high. I mean, the oil level was a quarter so high on the dipstick. And the car came to me. He said it was running like shit, and he tried to shut it off. And sometimes it would still keep trying to do run on and all that. I took a look at it, and just one quick look at dipstick and a check on the oil level and smelling it, I knew exactly what happened. I knew the high pressure fuel pump was leaking internally at the plunger, it was leaking fuel right into the engine. That's why the oil level was high, and obviously it diluted the living shit out of the oil, but also did a hell of a good job at cleaning all the bullshit carbon and crust and buildup within inside that engine and clogged the oil filter up, which tells me this engine was never well maintained in the first place.
Or it was never warmed up, only driven short distances.
It's possible, I'd say.
I remember pulling a 351 Cleveland in high school out of a Torino station wagon, right? Really nice car, but nobody wanted it anymore. It was a gas guzzler. It's kind of ugly. But the lady that had it just drove it to the grocery store and home. Her kids were grown. So it never fully warmed up.
Oh boy.
Man, there was a layer of gook on the inside of this thing. I mean, like the valve covers were stuck. They were stuck to the engine. It was like all the dyno oil stuff had just formed cysts around the pan and the valve covers and stuck them down. That metal valley cover, forget it. They had to cut that thing off, and it had like an ashy layer of oil.
Shit,
And
I forgot, guys. I got
grime just built up all over every surface inside, every surface. But the bearings look good.
Yeah. I can just picture that in my head. Look like
Well,
bearing grease inside the engine.
yeah, it never got hot enough to burn anything off.
Right.
Weird. It was like an ashy layer of, I don't know, just buildup inside.
I tore apart a old farm ball that we got off this guy. One for the last I don't know, probably 10, 15 years of its life. All it ever did was start up and saw a few pieces of wood. He had a blade on the front of it.
Mm-hmm.
When I tore it apart, the oil had coagulated up and it never ran long enough at all. The oil had coagulated up enough that it literally, the lifters had basically, or the springs had basically created their own like tower or hole around, where it just would funnel into over that. It was just
Wow.
And he kept adding oil to it. When it was low and he couldn't figure out where the oil was going, well, it would set up on top of there and just gelatinize.
Ooh,
It was about 2 inches thick.
crazy.
It was lovely.
But it ran, right?
Yeah, it was just crazy how it worked. I mean, I've seen a 454 like that too.
Yeah.
Guy that had a 454 pickup, 2-wheel drive 454 pickup, and all I did was use it to take the take cows and the hogs to the sale.
It's like our whatever pulls our race car trailer. We
Right.
only use it once a year or once every couple of months in the summer.
Yep. And he had and it would leak. It leaked like a sieve down the valve cover until it kind of just started forming all the way up. But on that side of the block, it was literally you could stick a screwdriver in the side of the block.
Ooh.
Because it had created such a barrier of oil.
Right.
And he
Right,
just
built up.
he put 1540 Rotella in it, and yeah, it was just it was fun. It so
Sorry
ran.
about that, guys. My dog was mad.
Uh-oh.
I left him outside. I forgot about him.
Mm.
It's not cold out, so they're okay. When I say not cold out, it's around freezing right now. It's not like 2 degrees outside.
Yeah, but he's wearing a fur coat, isn't he?
There's a collie and a freaking golden retriever. They're fine. They're outside beating the shit out of each other. It took me a minute to get them in.
Outside beating the shit out of each other.
It took me a minute to get them in.
You never hear them bark, so they must be pretty decent dogs.
I heard dog barking. That's why I said, shit, my dogs.
Oh.
It's not my dog that's barking. It's my neighbor's dog that's barking.
Oh,
The little white kitty, the boy, he'll start screaming at the door when he wants in. You'll know it.
Sonny's very vocal about everything. All she does is bark.
Hmm.
I had a dog for 11 years that never barked at anything. And now I have a dog that barks at everything, including me. Tells me everything
Oh, yeah.
I do for her.
Yeah, that's my fucking collie. She's a border collie Great Pyrenees mix, and she barks at fucking everything.
Oh my
The
God.
little bitch sits in the front room, and she sits there, and she
Yeah.
waits for somebody to walk down the fucking
Exactly.
sidewalk. It goes. I want to kick her in the ass. The golden retriever's just laying there sleeping.
Yep, that's
I don't
Sonny.
give a shit. It's
Sonny
like,
sees a squirrel in the yard, another
oh
person,
yeah, anything.
a car that drives by, the wind blows a leaf. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, anything. Doesn't fucking matter. She barks at anything. If I lit the collie Great Pyrenees mix out by herself, the first thing she does, she bolts up in the yard. She looks around and barks. She don't see a fucking thing, and she barks.
Yep. Yeah, Sonny is
I want
definitely.
to put my foot in her ass so bad sometimes.
Yeah, she barks at me if I look at her for too long. You know, if I say, "What is your problem?" She'll look at me, and then she starts barking. I mean, it's just vocal. And then sometimes when she's quiet, like right now, I shouldn't even be talking about it because pretty soon she's going to start barking.
I'm gonna wake her up.
When wind blows, it is. She literally barks at everything. Like I'll be laying in bed at 2:00 in the morning, and she hears the furnace kick on, and she'll start barking. Wears me out. I'm dead asleep, and my dog just starts barking.
Hmm.
I've even farted in my sleep, and she started barking.
Damn.
She woke up and thought somebody was breaking in the house. All I did was break wind.
Yeah. Well, she thought it was a carbon monoxide alarm.
Yeah, she is a carbon monoxide alarm. She's an everything alarm. You couldn't get within 25 feet of my house without her losing her mind.
Oh.
She's not a guard dog. She's just a loud dog.
Yeah. She means well.
Yeah, she's still juvenile. She's gonna be 2 years old in another month and a half. She'll be 2 years old. I got her when she was just over a year old. So I've almost set her for a year now, and it's been an experience. I
She's
was
good.
super spoiled with Henry. I will tell you that. Henry was a.
Come here, Gross.
I didn't realize how good of a dog he was because my other dog, Chaos, was a good dog.
Bailey,
Sonny is a handful.
Bailey,
Yeah. She'll grow out of it.
I hope so. She runs away worse than Henry does. She takes off in the yard and she just bolts.
Bailey.
Wow.
If she sees a squirrel, she will literally bolt and she doesn't care. So she's been leashed more and tied out more than Henry ever has.
Yeah.
Sadly, I have to watch her way more.
Come here.
But she's
Yeah, it's hard to break them of that.
she's more aggressive than Henry was too, though.
Yeah.
Come
Is
here.
she bigger?
Oh yeah, she's 40. Well, when I got her, she was 32 pounds. Now she's 46.
Wow.
Yeah. But she was only about 3 inches taller than Henry. She's not like a huge dog. She's just a little bit bigger.
Right.
She's still I guess she'd classify her as a medium-sized dog, but she's a small, medium-sized dog. Large, small dog, or a small, medium dog, whatever you want to talk about. You know.
She's a large petite. Oh, look at the doggies.
Dave's trying to pick his dog up. It weighs 110 pounds.
No, No, she's snipping everything.
Oh, yeah. There you are. I don't think I've ever seen your dog, Dave.
That's
Hi,
my
puppy
golden
face.
retriever.
Yeah. What a good girl.
She's a good girl. She's a
Hi,
quiet one,
sweetie.
calm one. Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Hi.
She's
Hi,
like,
buddy.
I don't like to be on camera.
You shy?
Hello. Hi, buddy.
You shy? She's about 85 pounds.
85. How old is she?
I don't know.
You don't know how old she
You're
is?
the wrong guy, man. Maybe
Puppy face. I got a hamburger.
you're not quite 2 years. 18 months.
Oh, she's pretty young still then, huh?
Yeah. Solid as a rock, man. This golden retriever is solid as a rock.
What's your the other dog? Great Pyrenees and a
Yeah.
Border Collie mix or Collie?
I don't know. She's a mutt. Come here, Bailey. Everybody wants to see you. I'll take you to get your fat ass out the way. She's not fat, but Bailey,
Sonny's definitely getting chunky.
Bailey, come here.
She's got to have anything. If you're eating, she's got to have some.
Yep.
And she
That's
will sit there and bark at you if you don't give it to her.
It's hard to break them of that, too.
I'm a sucker. She's got me wrapped around her finger. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I go to leave the house. She's better be with me, or she's gonna let me know.
Yep. I'm going too.
She will howl and howl and howl when I leave her here. I've watched her on the camera howl for an hour better. When I leave.
Come here.
She's got a crush on me. I'm telling you. Oh wow, she's pretty.
Turn. Stop.
So I don't want to be on camera. Don't put me.
I got bacon. Want bacon?
Calm down.
Oh yeah, she's pretty.
She heard the
Hey,
bacon.
puppy.
Yeah, she's pretty.
I got
She's
bacon.
probably about 65 pounds.
She's very pretty. I like the colors in her face.
Turn. They want to see your face.
Hi.
I know she's 2 years old. And she's the barker.
Yep.
Aren't you? But
Must
you're
be
both good.
working dogs. That's what they are.
You're both good girls. You know, it's funny you say that.
My wife barks. My
The
wife barks.
minute she runs outside, she like wants to go herd something up.
Yeah, that's what Sonny does. They said I was reading about working dogs, and they are unrelenting. All they want to do is just continue to hunt and herd, and it's hard to break them of it. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. That sounds exactly like Sonny. Doesn't if you don't share with her, she gets pissed. She'll walk off. She runs the house. I just live here. This is her place. You come in, you better meet her, you better greet her first before you even start talking to me. She wants to be everybody's friend.
Better have a milk bone in your pocket.
She gets I put peanut butter in a Kong toy, and she knows that she's got to have one of those once a day,
Oh yeah.
or she gets. And honestly, it's like a good break because to calm her down so that she doesn't run all over. I give her one of those because that way she's got something to do. You always got to. She's a busy dog. She has to have something to do all the time, unless she's sleeping. So that's what. She's got a bunch of toys and she's got to keep her busy. That's all.
You can get a remote control rabbit.
there's this ball I seen that vibrates, that jumps around, and I thought about getting one of those for her. Because it shuts off after it's been setting so long, so she gets tired of playing with it. But then if she touches it, it starts to jump around again. And I guess dogs love it because they chase it around. So I thought about getting one of those because it just seems like a good idea. You just got to be entertained all the time. Hell, I throw her toy in the house and out in the yard probably 100 times a day. I swear. She gets the ball tossed to her every day, 3 times a day when she goes out. I have to toss the ball for her and even order for her to go to the bathroom. She'll pee right away, but she won't go poop unless you throw the ball. And it like works her up.
That Callie, all she wants to do is play ball.
Yep.
And she's a hell of a catcher, dude. Hell of a jumper and hell of a catcher. I cannot believe how high that little bitch can jump. She's not that little. Like I said, she's about 65 pounds. I'm trying to remember what my daughter said she weighed. She was just at the vet. And she was 63 pounds. That dog can jump. She can easily clear a 6-foot fence.
I did not make it to the cross. I don't even remember what I was going to go there for. But I did not make it. Seems like everything when I'm going to do something, it always gets off my plans. I don't remember what I was going to go to lacrosse for. Oh, I think I was going to go there and buy something.
They talking about that Buick you have?
No, I still got the Buick, but I was going to go to lacrosse or something. I don't remember. I remember I told Shannon I was going to head up that way, but I never did go. I don't remember what it was. I think it was to buy something, but I think it got sold. I don't remember.
On my golden retriever, you can get her head on. She looks like a golden retriever that's on every bag of dog food and every commercial and everything that you see, and she acts just like that. The good thing about these dogs are they stay right with me. If I like to open up my garage door, they'd stay right here. They both sit right in front of the garage door and be like, "Are you going to take us for a walk or not?" And if I let them go too long, I'm not bullshitting when I say this. The collie will start taking a walk.
Really?
And she'll walk on the sidewalk and she'll go all the way around the block and she'll come back home by herself. But I can't trust her. I can't trust her because we have too many coyotes and shit, raccoons and shit in this neighborhood. That she sees it, smells it. I mean, that dog's like I said, it's in her bloodstream, Chad. She's a herding dog.
Yeah, herding dog. Yep.
She can smell bullshit out anywhere. She ain't worried about no damn coyote. She's bigger. I'll get that fucker. And she'll chase him down. So at that point in time, she's no longer walking around the block by herself anymore.
Another damn.
Both my dogs, the last thing they want to do is disappoint their owners. Which basically it's the whole family. They listen to all of it. So they probably listen to me best and my oldest daughter best, but the two bitches about a month ago I don't know what the hell happened to them, but they got in a hell of a fight. And my mom was shitting her pants. My daughter's yelling at them. And they're really seriously going at it in the living room or great room, whatever the hell you want to call it. And all I did was say, I was upstairs still sleeping, laying in bed. It was on a Sunday morning. And I got up and I said, "Lay your asses down now." And they just, boom, they stopped.
Huh.
And I walked downstairs and I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with both you dogs? You guys are assholes. Get in your kennels right now. You're grounded for the rest of the fucking day." I let him out about 10 minutes later. Well, I asked her, I said, what the hell happened? Well, somebody went and got him rawhide bones, and one chewed the shit out of theirs first, and which was the golden retriever, and she wanted to get one from the collie, and the collie went after her. They got in a fight over a goddamn rawhide bone.
I'll be damned.
What's up, Diabolical? What is a WPG? I don't know the shorthand for dogs these days. And she's been on her period. It's been fun 2 weeks of that. Well, you got to call Tarek up and have him take care of that shit.
Ooh. That is no fun when the dog goes in heat.
Dude, my golden retriever went in heat. Dude,
They're going.
she's such a clean dog. They're both fixed now. Both of them are fixed now.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, I haven't experienced Sunny going into heat, and she's fixed.
Yeah, she won't. But when they do, it's a mess.
No, my golden retriever, the collie, yes, was a mess. The golden retriever, when she went, it's hard to tell she ever went into heat because my vet said let him go into heat once. To fix him before then, she goes, I don't know why. It could be bullshit, whatever. So I'm like, whatever. It could stunt their growth, blah, 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 whatever. Vet said all kinds of stupid bullshit. So I let them both go into heat once or twice. The collie was a fucking mess. The golden retriever is hard to tell if she's ever in heat because she's so clean. That dog cleans the shit out of herself all the time. And then when she's not cleaning herself, she's either playing or sleeping. So it's 3 things. 4 things. Eating, cleaning, sleeping, or playing. But she that's why I knew she was in heat. I kept looking at her and Mom, she's in heat. She keeps licking it. She's not in heat yet. I don't see any because she keeps licking it. She's in heat. She's keeping herself clean. Where the collie, she was shit. She was dripping on my fucking floor. We don't have to get into too much detail here, but you know what I mean.
Pus and nastiness.
Yeah, it was nasty.
I'm glad I don't have to deal with that.
Oh, you don't want to deal with that. And then
They're
all the
both
male
fixed.
dogs in the neighborhood are trying to break down your fence.
They're both fixed now, and the dogs see what kind of dog? You ever heard of this kind of dog?
Yeah, no. Don't know much about it.
A pointer. A hound. That makes sense. Washable diapers.
Well, like I said, I've had dogs my whole life. My grandparents had a farm. There's many dogs out there. I don't think they worried about any of the fucking things. I know they got the females fixed.
Well, when a female dog in the neighborhood goes into heat, if there's other dogs that are around that aren't fixed, like all of a sudden, the blind 12-year-old Labrador across the street that hobbles around on 3 legs can jump over your 6-foot fence and he's scratching at your front door. It just does weird things to the males. Which kind of makes you understand why, there's guys around that just can't help themselves.
Right.
Well, the vet told me when I told her I have a second puppy now. When I spayed the collie, Great Pyrenees mix, whatever the hell she actually is. Doesn't matter. She's a great dog. There's definitely collie in her. I was thinking about breeding the golden retriever, and the vet said, "Well, if you do it, you better do it quick, like her first in heat or second in heat." I'm like, why? Because the other dog that's fixed will smell the fact that she's not. I guess these females can smell it out in each other, and she'll be like the alpha female. The golden retriever would be, and it could cause problems. They could get into fights. So they strongly suggested to spay her as soon as possible.
I'll be doing.
And it kind of makes sense. These animals do have good sense of shit, sense of smell, and the fact that one is spayed and the other one isn't. The vet just said it could cause a problem. They could start fighting with each other. How true that is, how factual it is, I don't know. I never looked it up. Never dug into it, never researched it.
Well,
But I've been told it's true. I've been told that you take your dog to a dog park and you say it's a female, it's not been fixed, been spayed.
Right.
The other dogs will try to fight her. I ain't got no damn time for fucking puppies anyway. And I would want to make sure if I had puppies, and golden retrievers usually have large litters, I'd want to make sure they all go to good homes.
it's a pain in the ass, Dave.
Frosty, I've done it. We did it multiple times.
Yep. We had 3 litters of cats in a row.
You just hope they go to a good home. You never know if they do or don't. I'm not gonna lie, my cats I never take to the fucking vet.
Yeah.
I have before, and they've had issues. Like when I had my Maine Coon, which I still have 2 other cats. I had 3. My big Maine Coon passed away.
Oh.
Well, he's 16 years old, and he died of kidney failure. But he was at the vet multiple times with blockage in his urinal tract, crystallization. And they kept telling me, we could do the surgery, thousands of dollars, and turn him into a female.
No.
We can't guarantee anything, but they'd reroute his urethra and put a bigger one in there. And like, no, he's fine just the way he is. But you know, it's funny. Now my small Maine Coon, he thinks he's big Billy badass now. He thinks he can do whatever he wants to do. I will admit though, it's nice not having the big guy around anymore. I miss him, but he's a big cat and he ate a lot of food.
He's a big cat and ate a lot of food.
Well, you know, if he's a big cat,
the cat was 32 pounds.
yeah, and he probably had no respect for anybody in the house.
Well, only me. That was the other issue. So it's kind of with my mom now 89, pushing 90. My kids wouldn't even touch the damn cat because he was a dick. He was a dick to everybody but me.
He was the king of the house.
But he never fucked with me.
He was the only person that he thought that was. He was the only person that didn't think he could whoop on.
Oh, he could have whooped my ass, dude. I've been beat. I've had my ass kicked by a freaking 6-pound cat before. Cats are fast. They're mean and they're nasty. Wild animal, they're insane. When the wild comes out in an animal, they're insane. The strength they have,
I'm not sure what Sonny would do with a cat. I don't know.
Get his ass kicked.
I don't know what I want to find out. Well, she's killed everything that basically has entered my yard already. So
Well, if it's a cat with claws that has a brain, Sonny get his ass kicked. The cat will lay claws right in his freaking nostril, and
well, Henry got whacked by a cat, and that cat still ran up a tree, run away from him. Henry didn't give up one bit, and he was only 21 pounds. Some dogs are just so stupid they'll keep getting beat up, and I think she's that type of dog. I've seen a dog with half its nose gone before from fighting a cat. Some of them dogs are, they're just some dogs you just never know.
6K in surgery with no guarantee is crazy.
You never know what two animals are going to do until they do it. Henry ran the neighbor's cat up in the tree, and they had to call me because they said, "Yeah, your dog won't let her cat down." Then when I was up at the farm, and I go, and he chased the cat. The cat was in our field. Henry seen him. He ran through the creek, chased him down over a half a mile.
I want to know how my Maine Coon used to climb up a tree and sit there and sleep on a big branch without falling off.
A good balance.
No, they dig their claws in, so if they roll it one way or another, they don't fall out.
And they got good balance. They're just like a squirrel. How does a squirrel do it? I've seen squirrels go on branches that are literally smaller than them. Like they're just sitting there. It's just part of their natural instinct, right?
My Maine Coon, my big guy that I actually put him down. He didn't die on his own. I put him down.
How old was he?
16.
Really?
When I took him to the vet, they said that he had cancerous tumors on his kidneys, his liver. They said there possibly some stuff on his stomach, his spleen, and blah, blah. And I said, well, what are you telling me? And the vet basically told me the truth. Said, you could take him home. If you keep him in the house, you'll probably wake up in a day or 2 or 3. So it's hard to tell with the cat. He said it could be 2 hours. It could be 2 days. It could be 2 weeks. If he stays in the house, you're going to find him dead. If he gets outside, he'll probably never come back home. And he went and found a place to die. And if you leave him with me, you know exactly what happened to him. I mean, I left him with the vet.
And when Henry was so sick, he did that. He went to go lay in the corner of the house. That's when I knew everything was bad. Because he wouldn't come in the bedroom. He just laid out in the corner in the living room.
That's cool, Shannon. The cat's doing really good. Smaller penis, but doing very well. Chad had the same surgery. Smaller penis, but he's doing very well.
What is that?
He's doing so good that Peter and I are both thinking about getting the same surgery.
It avoids erectile dysfunction. And when you shorten it up, you don't have to worry about erectile dysfunction.
Who's snoring?
That's just your normal sound. I don't think you were snoring.
Yeah, I think that if you shorten it up, if you take an inch off of it once you get older, see, you don't need all that stuff. You don't need as much. You don't need to keep all of it. So if you got 4 inches now, you can take it off and go to 3. The wife won't even know nothing different. She don't know how to measure anyways.
I always taught my wife that was 6 inches.
All right, that's 6 inches.
It's probably why I'm divorced now. She probably bought a measuring tape.
Yeah. Good time. Well, fellas,
Yeah,
I
everybody, I'm gonna end this stream. So thanks all for joining, jumping in, everything.
Good night, gentlemen.
yeah,
As
good.
always. Have a good night, Shannon, Diabolical John, and whoever else is still watching. But I'm ending it now. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend. I'm
God
out.